My name is Annie, and when I was 13, my brother shot and killed himself. And up until that point, my life was what most would say was normal. But after that, everything just went downhill, and my family stopped living. I tried to suppress my emotions and never wanted to cry, never wanted to talk about his death, and just stuffed it all for many years. And until, I couldn't stand it anymore, it all came out. But I tried to suppress it with drugs and alcohol.
When I was probably 13 years old, I smoked my first joint. At 14, I was already into cocaine and acid. I got into Satanism for a little while. I got into Wicca. That only led down a dark path for me.
He was a good father some of the time, but other times he could be one way one minute and then completely another way the next. My mom finally divorced him, so I would go visit him on passes, and around the second visit, he molested me and stole my innocence.
I just started this bad downward spiral of all kinds of pills. And then eventually, I was court ordered to a detox center 7 different times by my mother. And in that detox center, I had learned about shooting up. And I couldn't wait to get out and try it. And so that's what I did. And I tried that. And then once I tried it once, it was over.
I used all my money towards drugs and whatever I could get my hands on, pretty much. It became an everyday thing eventually. After that, it was a living hell from then on.
Whenever I was around 18 years old, I met the father of my children and used meth intravenously for the first time. And my life spun out of control. Drug binges, party lifestyle. It became an everyday thing quickly. So that darkness and that hole that I had inside of me was just getting bigger.
I overdosed, I think around 13 times. I felt like I could sell my soul for heroin, and I would. I lost everything because of the drugs, and then I feel like that was the darkest it's ever gotten.
There was no other way out of this life except for death. At that point, I was so far from Jesus Christ that I didn't even know what that name meant at that point. I remember the words that my mother and my brother had told me about Jesus Christ, and I got down on my knees in the middle of the street and threw my hands up and asked him to take this. While incarcerated, I knew that I needed Jesus Christ. I needed him. I needed him so bad.
So after my last overdose, I knew something had to change, and I was willing to do whatever it took. So I flew to Florida, and I met with Debbie.
She had this program, and it took in incarcerated women and taught them a new way of life and how to live life with Jesus from baby steps. And that's something that I felt that I needed.
After being released from Port Manatee, Miss Debbie and the girls from the home were waiting on the other side of the fence for me, and it just felt like God was welcoming me home with open arms.
The program has done all kinds of things for me. It showed me how to live a life with integrity. It showed me how to live a life with sobriety. It showed me how to live my life with Jesus Christ.
I knew this was where I should be all along. This was like Jesus was calling me home here, and he was using Debbie and Jim to do his work.
I'm so grateful for Jim and Debbie that have opened up their hearts for women that are coming out of prison and jail, and given them a safe home and a roof over their heads so they can work on their relationship with Jesus Christ.
I want to see this program reach other women like me.
We really are the church, all of us. We may not even go to the same churches, but we are the church. And we need you. We need you to help be the hands and the feet to this program. We want this program to go on. We have heard from so many people in our church what these ladies, having these ladies attend the church, seeing their arms up in worship, watching them just faithfully, just absorb the messages that come through, that we really are the church. So for all of us being the church, we really do. We need your help. These ladies are growing. They're learning who they are in Jesus Christ. They are finding their new normals. And we want to continue to do this for many, many more women. And we do. We need your help. So thank you.